peeps, this is Edo here for another Let's Play of Phoenix Wright. Justice for all. Here with me is Nightshade.
Well, what have we got ourselves into?
We're so close.
And yet so
close. yeah, yet so far. We still have to bide time because Maya is still kidnapped, and we already know this guy is a scumbag, but we can't do anything. Can we do anything?
Do I have to censor that?
No. I think scumbag is okay.
It's approved by the Edo rating.
It's approved. So let's go ahead and load it up and see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We were in a part. That's right.
Alright, so we are straight in testimony, so I guess I'll just do it. Because I have no idea if we did this before.
Gotcha.
This time I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, now I'm kind of remembering that we had to stop kind of like in the middle.
I mean... You know, it's been so long since I voiced Powers, I'm not even sure I was or not, like, we
don't even know if we're gonna do it right, don't worry about it.
He wasn't even in his pathetic mode, so that's even already a problem, because normally you'll just... Anyway.
Thank you very much. That is all we need for now.
Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more.
Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see.
So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious.
That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. Mother effer. This is no laughing matter.
Cross-examination the second time.
Oh, we gotta press everything. Press, press, press. And what time was it?
Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that. And then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8-10 p.m. by that time.
You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers?
Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats.
Are you sure it was the same bellboy?
Yeah.
And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all.
But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face.
Which
very vertical.
Which looks really... ew.
Looks very baseball looking.
Irk.
Actually, because of the shape of the head, that might be more like a football. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt.
So which room did the bellboy come out of? Let's see. The victim's room, huh?
Yeah, the one with all the pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, all right.
Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we?
Now that I think, though, I already said that part.
So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next.
Well, the bellboy was empty-handed.
Oh. Empty-handed?
That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'll call that a little strange too, wouldn't you?
I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers.
But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or... No, let's try to pull a fast one. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy.
But there really is!
There really isn't! If you two are done being school children, bellboys offer room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious?
I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please.
Yes, sir.
Poor Powers.
I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest room's empty-handed.
Do I have to press it? Even though, he already said it?
First you should probably review your court record, because it has been a while.
R. Okay, here we go.
Also, you can press A to check stuff in case you need to.
It's the crime photo I want to see, because it was about this area. So I'm trying to think what would seem out of place here. Oh, I got it. It's the tray. It's that tray under the tomato juice. Tomato. Cause yeah, wouldn't that be the tray that bellboy would have?
Cool, might as well be, yes.
Yeah, let's try that. Buttons. Buttons, they work.
Buttons, they're somewhere on the controller.
Mr. Powers.
Yes?
You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true.
But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches, and...
Didn't we once convicted you of trying to murder? So, a baseball has stitches. Wow. Wow. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches?
I knew it. Baseball is a criminal affair. Well, there's also... what about him being empty-handed?
I would like to ask the court to please take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, dun, 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 anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
Ah!
But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left her dead body in the room.
But can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at the time?
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes.
I blame you for leading me down this route.
I'm terribly sorry. What is it with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, Isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us?
Is there?
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed. I recall you had
What?
something interesting to say about his hands.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? But what?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right?
Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind.
I'm gonna beat you senseless.
I welcome you to try. I'm still buff.
Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Even though he totally is. Alright, got to focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones.
Maybe they were trendy.
You know, the kind of glove they use to punch.
So, a football is made of leather. We're all talking about sports today now. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? Yes. Yes, they are.
But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy.
It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Witness testimony, their second meeting. After leaving one's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the Then the whole guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat.
Okay.
So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room.
Yeah, I kinda saw all that by accident.
Some accident. I say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal.
It's actually hard.
Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, their second meeting.
Oh boy. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying?
Excuse me? I may be a poor underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying.
Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers?
Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye and a sort of sneaky spy-like.
I knew he was spying. Please, does this really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. I said, hold it!
Okay.
He's so fierce today. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details.
Oh, okay.
I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Oh. I guess the something? He gave something to this person?
Yeah.
And what was this something?
If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something now, would I?
Well, this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers?
I think it was something kind of small.
This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please, try to remember what it was.
I'll try.
In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely what the bellboy did next.
Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing that the ring is from thing.
Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Ungard's room?
He opened a door to Viola Hall. Went in there, and who knows after that, right?
I do. I think I need to go back to that second statement. I think I need to say the... Oh, that...
Yeah, you already said that, but yeah.
Maybe I had to say the first one. I just didn't think the person would be better, but maybe I need to. So who took this something the bellboy handed off?
Actually, I don't know.
Of course. What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
Only an arm.
Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah.
I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm.
Yes, it was just like that.
Mr. Edward, is this all really that important?
Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to that client.
Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off.
Well, let's see. I think it was... No.
We're gonna keep beating you senseless if you don't answer.
Come at me, bro, I'm ripped.
With my gavel.
I'm doing a kid's workout show.
If you remember, please add it to your testimony.
Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue.
Oh. Do I have something wooden? That's a button. No. It'd be this. It's wooden. Oh, I don't got any other choice. Seems like this is gonna be the best one. What was the point of that pregnant pause?
Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up.
It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw, was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figure it out.
I recall we found this at Matt Ungard's mansion.
At the defendant's house? What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the Killer assassinated Juan Coida in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
The bear being found at Mr. Ungard's mansion would mean...
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Ungard is the killer's client. Oh boy.
Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, This is most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court. I'm sure your friend Edward would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too.
I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further?
Would it be... It'd be the person who received the bear, I think. There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear. And that is the identity of the person who received the bear.
He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of...
Ah!
Huh?
What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so, I remembered. I remembered who took the bear.
Ooh. What?
Really?
I mean, I only saw his arm. But, the arm... It was a Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it!
Oh. You've got to be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it was a Nickel Samurai.
Order! It looks like you've dug your own grave, yet again.
How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt on guard is the Nickel Samurai.
Makes it a defense, we made that all the clear.
What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help! You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry.
Now, I will bring this cross-examination to...
Your Honor.
Again, Mr. Wright? We've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony.
It's about time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright. I have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that.
Oh, we're back here. Oh, shoot. Shoot.
I guess this one was like, this one does not get you penalized, but it's still not the correct one.
Okay. I mean, I guess we can talk about the bear? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable.
The bear, Mr. Wright?
This was found at Mr. Ungard's mansion. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home.
Oh.
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Ungard who took this bear to his mansion.
Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken his bear home. Look at that bear. With the red pants.
Disaster averted.
No.
You have gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Ungard's mansion. Oh, mother effer! We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. The killer and Ungard were working together, so to speak, and the killer was hiding at Ungard Mansion as its butler.
What a bold move!
The bear figurine was brought back to Ungard Mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Ungard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation.
You know, on this image, I don't see the stitches on his face.
Oh, I didn't see. I might have to look at it again. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all?
I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Ungard. I see no reason for this trial to continue, therefore I will now hand down my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edward has stated is the truth.
Any last objections, Mr. Wright?
Well, do I? What should I do? We gotta raise an objection.
I will now announce my...
There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, the very same figurine was found at Ungard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. Ooh.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client.
A real client?
Yes. Tisk tisk. Is that all you have?
Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client and therefore the real murderer?
We have to pretend it's, what's her face?
Wendy Holdback!
Wendy
No.
Holdback. Goddamn. We could have done it. We could have made it work.
Adrian Andrews?
Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Ungard for the crime by wearing a spare nickel samurai costume.
Ah! Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw.
That could have very well been Miss Andrews.
What about Mr. Ungard?
If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period.
That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Ungard's mansion.
It was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews.
Mr. Edward, what is your opinion on this?
I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic, besides which there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either.
Why did you destroy it?
Oh, Jesus,
Come on, everyone knows that Angar did it. I can't believe the defense will go as far as to pin the guilt on someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty, it's murder of all things.
This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on.
Order, order, order. All disrupted parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game.
His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution is prepared to challenge defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to on guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews.
And who would that be?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself.
I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Quick, I gotta go to the bathroom. March 23, 11:54 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3.
Oh God, this crazy person.
Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'll try to pin the guilt onto Adrian.
I swear this demon will pay.
Mr. Nick!
Pearls? Where's Mia?
I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away.
A really strong power? Uh-oh.
Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is...
It's from Gumshoe.
How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal?
Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto.
That's good, pal.
And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are?
We still don't have any leads, but
What? We don't have any more time.
if we just had one, even a single clue will be really helpful.
I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent. Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now?
There's only one, pal. The Berry Big Circus.
Maya is somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent.
What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map, about 300-foot radio from the main tent. Hurry!
And I could see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox.
Okay, what else?
What else, Mia? I'm sorry. It was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so.
I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck.
Good luck.
I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal?
Maya's not hurt, right? She's in pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you all right, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer.
Also, starvation, probably Maya's worst enemy. March 23, 12:05 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 3.
Let's do this.
Court will now reconvene.
The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have.
You have seen it before?
That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why? Why does she...
Witness testimony. The bear figurine.
Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
Some say that if you complete the puzzle, an ancient Pharaoh spirit emerge.
So this figurine is a container of sorts, is it?
Yes, looks can be deceiving. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Especially those pants. The red pants especially. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Oh boy.
And cross-examination, the bear figurine.
We're gonna press everything. Puzzle? That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine.
True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? So you can take it apart? And how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in.
Oh yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Ooh, this is most interesting.
He's obviously fiddling with it. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. He's trying real hard.
Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it. So what did you find after you take the puzzle apart? And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle?
Only the two of us, Juan and myself.
It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country.
But this looks like it could be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside.
Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box?
I never told anyone.
And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? And of course, that means Mr. Angard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Alright. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize, that there is one very important fact that we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box?
What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness?
Yes.
You are the only one who can open this. Please. Oh. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart.
But the judge wanted to solve it.
Click.
I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What is that? It looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? Oh, now I know what it is. It's the suicide note. Yep.
A suicide note?
The suicide note left by Juan, Corey's former manager, Celeste Impax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden by the victim Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Impax had a very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide.
Order! Witness, do you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Because you had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edward's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud.
Very well.
The judge's voice ran loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impax left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Engard. About being engaged to Corrida and Engard's role in destroying that. And about how she decided in her despair to end it all.
And that's all Miss Impax had to say.
There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ungard.
And what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word.
Matt Ungard's vows, above all else, is refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost.
It's Sandgard's fault that woman killed herself. And this time he even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible! What a selfish person! I guess there are slimeball lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too.
There is no room for doubt here. Mr. The Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note, and the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are two diddly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of the situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! The suicide note? The figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? Oh, fudge.
What do you think?
The only thing I could think of is the note. I'm gonna try the note. Please wait, Your Honor.
Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care with how he's trying to get a killer off the hook.
I think Your Honor believes that Matt Ungard killed in order to obtain this note.
Yes, this is correct.
But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there is a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Koida until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Matt Ungard could not have known what was written on this note.
Oh, I didn't think of that way.
Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said.
Order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. Oh, God. I believe a show of appreciation is in order.
Huh?
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
What is that?
It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Spying?
What the... I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt Ungard and the victim both thought that the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses.
And?
The victim, Juan Corda, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt on guard.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
you don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities.
Well, sorta.
Sort of is not a acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this. Gumshoe's bug sweeper. Oh gosh. Gumshoe! You screwed us again.
Doing my best, pal.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Matt on guard's fingerprints were on there.
Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Ungard learned the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that.
Hey, now what's that liar's thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy?
Shush! Stop! Don't look at him.
I'm just laughing because if
The way he's switching is just so, ew, nasty.
Phoenix,
Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What am I going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case. But, in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden?
Because you're the player, and you need to figure it out on your own.
Alright,
Otherwise,
I
there's no
think this
game.
time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What is this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at? Or should I let it go? Now I gotta present it. I have an objection, Your Honor. We're really beating the dead horse on this one.
It's deader than dead at this point.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily.
You're beginning to sound desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something. You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. There's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. I'm going to assume... No. I'm assuming it's this. Can I see it?
Nope.
No.
Can only see it from a distance. But what about it?
I mean, the only thing I could think of is, can you prove that it's her handwriting? How do we know it's her handwriting? That's the only thing I could think of, because it's not so much what is said in the note. It said that she handwritten it, but, like, is there a way to prove that? For all we know, it could have been, you know, Ron himself to do it, even though obviously that's not the case here, but that's the only thing I could think of. Because I can't see it being the figurine. We've already opened it to what it was.
Well, it's a 3-bar penalty, so we got a lot of room.
Yeah, let's try it.
That is in fact suicide note, right?
Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear. But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. See? There we go.
Oh,
So,
You so smart.
as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Inpax or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed.
That sounded condescending, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting.
Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Ungard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you! Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself.
There goes the glasses.
Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt Ungard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Ugh.
That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note?
Is as the defense stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible.
That's impossible. This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis my bats. That's just a lawyer trying to buy my time. Edgard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that.
I think we've reached the end of the line.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
Oh! Is it Gumshoe? Ah!
What is that sound?
It's Gumshoe! Hello, Gumshoe? What is with him? And what's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer?
He got away.
What?
I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. Really do.
Anyway, what's going on?
We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
But
Don't tell me we don't have any more.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
do you hear that? They're calling for his head.
Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh!
What is it?
Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch!
Mr. Edgeworth!
We couldn't even get an animation for it. It's such a
We
cheap.
didn't even need to have it in. It's
It
already
did it
in there.
for us. It's so bad.
Please, you've got to buy us some more time.
Court is in session. Oh. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying...
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. But...
I am reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
This time, I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for today.
Oh! Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth!
What is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary test on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
Or it's free.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvened tomorrow?
13 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That is all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor.
Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
Edward saved us! Yay!
March 23, 2:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Right. Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer. It looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. And the phone goes. Report!
Is that Mr. Hedgeworth?
You don't have time. Just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence?
I thought you'd ask, pal.
Huh?
I've got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over.
Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on the hold for now.
Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this.
With my hunk of junk car, I'll say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get in here on one piece.
I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light.
Oh no, gumshoe. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Oh! Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. He got in an accident.
No one can stop me.
Oh no, Gumshoe! What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. And we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? There is a way! That's right! There is a way! What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this.
Now, interesting fact. You only have one shot at this, but it does not matter if you're right or wrong. So do you just want to guess?
No.
And then
I don't think it's any of these things. It's you!
Good job.
Why are you bringing up Francisca at this time? Like, oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francisca, will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. What I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict?
Is Prosecutor Hedgeworth here?
Yes, bailiff.
There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent.
They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
Well, I know what we must do. We need to take a break.
No kidding. Holy moly.
And if you think this was a never-ending roller coaster, get ready, because this is not stopping.
We're so close. I want to be done with this. I want to be so done with this. We're so close.
Just make sure you save somewhere else that is not our starting point.
Oh, let's I guess we'll go at the beginning then.
I mean,
this way.
at this, well, you could erase 2. We're already done with episode 3.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So,
all right.
We're so close. We need to know what happened. Is Gumshoe even alive? Is Maya even alive? This is so crazy. Everything's happening at once. And hopefully will Francisca help us. Because I remember she has a tracking device. I remember that for some bizarre
I'm surprised that you
reason.
remembered that.
I just remember she had that.
I'm surprised you remembered that tiny detail
out
of everything.
I was like, oh, wait a minute. And at first I was like, was there something we saw like a tracking device? I'm pretty sure she had a tracking device. And sure enough, that was it. I was like, yeah, that's what it is. It was her. Hopefully, oh, this is so crazy. All right, in the next episode of Phoenix Wright Justice for All, hopefully we get to the bottom of this. This is insane. This is an insane trial.
You think this was crazy?
Yep. Well,
wait until you see after this.
Well, this was Phoenix Wright with me, Edo, and Nightshade.
It's not stopping.
And with that, we are out of here. Bye.
Get the popcorn.